Well, hello there. I just want to talk about the topic of making 10k a month in trading, and is it possible? And how do you do it, if possible? Okay? Now, clicking on this video already has kind of taught me a lot about you. Alright? Are you trying to rush this process? If not, you could also be in the point of you've been doing this for a long time and you've actually been overinflating your goals, which is causing you to be where you are right now. The likelihood is you're unprofitable. And what I want to kind of, I suppose, shed light on is how you could possibly get to this amount, but also making sure you set the right goals for you and your financial situation. One of the first things you need to do when considering making money in trading is obviously, number one, making sure it suits your financial goals. Why are you aiming for 10k a month? Is it because it's a cool number? Is it because somebody told you it's a cool thing to do? Is it like, why? What is obsessive about that number? Now, obviously, it's a pretty nice number to make 10k per month trading. I'm not going to say it's not. It's fairly nice making that much. But does that actually suit you and your financial goals, your family? Do you need that right now to make yourself comfortable? And that's the key word here. Comfortable. Okay? If you have to, I suppose, one thing to realize as well, I'm going to talk about in relation to Ireland here, because that's where I'm from. The average salary in Ireland is 45k pre-tax, which is 3,500 pre-tax. So you're only looking at maybe 2.1k per month. If you have two family members working, you're both making close to maybe 5k after tax per month. Like, that's two people working full-time hours in a relatively pretty good job, and they're making 5k per month after tax. That's two people. Okay? So you're looking to make double that. Do you have the skills? Have you put in the time? Have you gone through the hard work? Do you have the discipline to actually make that amount of money? I don't know, do you? Okay? So the first thing I did when I tried to work out a financial goal for myself is not work off arbitrary numbers like 10k per month or 5k per month. It was to simply cover my bills. Okay, so I've been trading for maybe 4 or 5 years. I don't really know at this point. I was profitable after about 2 years. And for the first year being profitable, I was working with a small, anywhere between 2 to 3k. Well, I could anywhere between 1 to 3k, depending on how much I took out. Small personal account where I was trying to average 500 to 50 euro to 100 euro per day. So my goal was to make anywhere between 1,500 and 2,000 per month. Why? Because I just wanted to cover my bills and be safe. Okay? Now, the second point I want to get into is you actually have to be safe before trading. If you are in a hurry to make money, you're not going to make it. It's not going to work. You have to have a full-time job that is holding down the fort, that gives you enough money to put aside for trading and all your bills covered. Now, I know you're like, oh, Rob, but you just said that you want to cover your bills. Yes, you want to cover your bills, but your goal isn't to actually cover your bills at the start. It's just to prove you can. Okay? So once I became profitable and I actually I did start covering my bills, I then was able to compound the extra money I had, buy more funded accounts. Well, back then I was trying to compound my personal account, but then I realized funded accounts became a lot better and I started to compound with that. Now currently I have 4 funded accounts with a few different brokers, and I have a personal account with TD365, and essentially what I try and do with them is average 5 to 10% per month on all the accounts. Okay, they're $100,000 accounts. If I make 5% on one in an entire month, I stop trading it. Okay, I have an account that I make public to people inside my Discord community, my TBR Academy Discord, where I teach people to trade. In there, I have one of my 100k accounts that's 100% public. Everybody can see it inside there, and I share all my trades. I share my analysis. I've said this a million times, but I'm literally 100% transparent with that. I want to show you it's possible to make money with it, and all the transparency is there. So my goal is 5 to 10% per month, and my kind of main focus is to actually make money. So if you look inside here, you'll see one thing that everybody seems to point out for me. Oh, Rob, you only have a 55% win rate. That's so small. Why does that matter? What's your goal in trading? Is it to have all these ego stats, or is it to make money? I've seen people constantly repeat to me, all I care about is 5 to 10% per month and across multiple accounts. I do not care about win rate. I do not care about any other stat except making 5 to 10% per month. That is it. If I go over that, amazing. I don't care about my ego. I don't care about when people say, oh, but like this is an 80% win rate or this group has a 90% win rate. I don't care. All I care about is my financial goals. And everybody inside the Discord gets to see that. They get to see what I make. They get to see how I make it. And it's up to them to discover what they want to do. Okay, there's some people out there that just can't handle losing and they need a higher win rate strategy. But they never end up making money because they're always focused on the ego stats. So when it came to me, I did the personal account for a good few months. I covered my bills for a full year and then I snapped into the funded account stuff. I found a few funded account that's a tongue twister. I found a few companies where I liked and I started to gather up funded accounts. Started averaging 5 to 10% per month. I didn't give a shit about anything else and that's all I cared about. Okay? At the end of every single month, I was averaging 5 to 10% on one 100k account. And then I got another, and then I got another, then I got another, and then I had my personal account. So if I average 10% on all 4 of those accounts, which I do quite regularly, that's 40,000 in a month. I've shown you, again, if you're in my group, I've shown you that I can very easily do it. This month we're at 7k, we have 7 trading days left. It's going to be no problem getting to 10k. Famous last words and I'll go into a complete drawdown streak. But that is my goal. I like there's so many days I'm not trading. There's so many days that are losing. What do you want to do? Okay? Focus on what makes you money. Focus on the actual true reason why you got into trading. I'm not addicted to trading. I'm addicted to making money. So I don't trade all the time. I trade when my setup is there. I trade when it's high probability. And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. And if it does work out, it does work out. I have all the stats to back myself up and I just follow my thing. And it will continue to make me money into the future. Okay, so when it comes to making the 10k per month, as I said, I started with the personal account and then I leveraged it up to 100k accounts. I got my 100k account by making a 10% profit, okay? And then I slowly started to build it up and only aiming for 5 to 10% per month, okay? Let's be real here. If you spend 2 months, 3 months doing it super slow and getting one 100k account, and you just try to average 5 to 10% per month, and you had the discipline with yourself to stop once you hit those numbers, your life would be changed forever. I can tell you right now, if you made 1 extra K per month, 1% on a 100k account, your life would be very, very, very much improved. If you made 5%, 5 grand per month, your life would be changed. That 5 grand, as I said, according to our last statistics, that 5 grand, you've essentially added in the full-time average income of 2 adults into your income. If you're making 10k, you've done that with 4 average incomes. Okay, I've just shown you what I'm able to do, but I've done this for a long time. I've never had the pressure of also needing to make the money. That's my biggest issue. Well, not my biggest issue, but that was one of my biggest things as well. Like I said at the start, you need to be safe. You can't be trading if you're in negatives. You have to have your bills covered. You have to have a job that supplies your bills and also gives you a little bit of money to trade on the side. You go down a funded route if you like, which I recommend if you don't have the money. If you have a shitload of money, 50 to 100k personal account money, then you could just go down the personal account route, aim for 5 to 10% per month, and you're fine. Okay? But you have to realize what is your financial goals. Okay, are you okay with making 500? Are you okay with making 1,000? Because I'll be honest with you, I'll be so honest with you. A lot of people in this industry, a lot of the traders, a lot of the communities that you're in, when you're seeing 5 grand, 2 grand, 1 grand every single day, people are throwing in screenshots and MT5 terminals. They're not making money. It's either demo or an evaluation account. There's very few of them actually making money because they're all have their inflated egos and the only thing they care about is churning out all of these things that they're not making money on. So when I started focusing on my specific goals, my specific needs, and what I needed for myself, and I didn't care what anybody else thought of how I traded or my win rate or anything else, I started to make money because I cared less about my ego and more about what's in my bank account. So my question is to you, what is your actual goal here in trading? Is it just to trade? Are you addicted to the gambling feeling of, like, you know, being in a trade, could it work out, could it not work out? Do you need to see a P&L flashing green or red at times? Why are you actually in this? If you truly want to make a lot of money, 10k, whatever arbitrary number you want to make, you first have to find out your financial goals. Find out how much your bills are. Once you're able to cover your bills through trading, and again, they need to be covered as it is. You just need to make the extra with trading. Then once you're doing that for a few months and you find consistency, then you can start actually paying off your bills and start compounding that money back into a personal account or buying funded accounts and trying to leverage it with their capital like I did. Then you get multiple accounts and you start averaging small percentages on each one, and then you start making a huge amount of money. Okay? Once you get to that point, then you can just, you know, you pretty much have got to a point where you're very comfortable then as it is. But then once you've got to a point where your bills are covered, then you need to start matching your salary. Okay, if you're making 40, 50, 200k, 20k, whatever you're making salary per year, break it down and try and match that plus your bills. Once you're able to do that for a considerable amount of time, then you could possibly go into doing it full time. But if you want to do this full time, I'm telling you right now, you need to have about a year's worth of bills and expenses saved up. Not many people do. So what I recommend is to leverage trading, leverage funded accounts, get to a point where you have a full-time job and you're able to cover all your bills. Once you start covering your full-time job salary, then maybe you can go down to part-time. Okay, but you need to do this for a prolonged period of time. I'd say 6 months to 12 months. Once you have an entire year's worth of expenses built up, once you have a track record to show that you can make money, then you can go full-time. But until then, you can't do it. I had a lot of money saved up from my previous career in coaching to allow me to jump into this, and that's what you need to do as well. So I hope that helped. I hope that kind of gave you a rough idea of making sure you pick goals that are actually based on your financial needs, not some other stupid arbitrary number. Remember, comparison is the thief of joy. The route I went down was becoming consistent first with a small account, averaging 50 to 100 euro. Once I was able to average that up to, I think it was like 6 months. I think one of my trades are going off. Once I was able to average that for a prolonged period of time, well then what did I do? That is really annoying. Everyone right now is probably like looking at their MT5 terminal. Sorry about that. So once you have that built up, then you can start keep expanding and expanding and expanding and pushing your goals up further, or pushing the goalpost further and further away. But you have to take it slow. It's not something that happen overnight. You know, you'll go to college for 4 to 5 years to get a job that you're getting 40k per year, 50k per year, and you're happy to go through 3 years of college in hell to get that. Yeah, you won't put in a few months of hard work and training and, you know, into trading. Like, the expectations may be a bit too high, but again, get the expectations under control. That's a path I went down. I hope my path might help you out a little bit. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. If you have any questions, if you like these sort of videos, give me a thumbs up. If you want to join my trading academy and learn from me, TBR Academy, link is in the description. All other stuff that I use, my backtesting software, the journal that you just saw, it's all down in the description. And if you have any questions, or you just want to let me know how your trading is going, throw it into the comment section below and we'll have a chat there. See you soon and happy trading.